In this lesson, we're putting everything together that we've been working on over the last number of weeks. Again, we've been working with linear equations and being able to graph them, write tables for them, create word problems for them. If you're given any one of those four, be able to generate the other three. And so, again, let's take a look at the warm-up. How many minutes are in a quarter of an hour? Well, a fourth of an hour is how many minutes? And I'm hoping you feel comfortable that there's 15 minutes in a quarter of an hour. How many minutes are there in an hour and a half? Well, there's 60 minutes an hour, plus another 30 minutes in half an hour. So in an hour and a half, there are 90 minutes. How is 5 1/2 written as a decimal? If you have questions on how I got any of those answers, please contact me. Again, in this section, my favorite is slope-intercept. My favorite form of writing equations is slope-intercept, where we're after the slope, the rate of change, and that's the letter M, and B is where our line crosses the y-intercept, or where our line intersects the y-intercept. I'm just going to refer to it as the y-axis. And so I often will put equations into this form, one way of representing it or another, and then it's easy for me to create tables. If you give me an x, it's going to spit out a y. The only two values that I need to focus on are the m, the slope, and the b, where it crosses the y. Matching game. 4 equations are given. Match each equation to a table or the graph or table and explain your reasoning. Then complete the table or graph for the unmatched. So these 4, 3 of these are going to either be A, B, or C. And one of the 4 won't be represented over here. You're going to have to create a table for it and a graph for it. And again, I like the equations in the form y equals mx plus b. Let's put all of these equations into that form. And so I'm going to rewrite each of them over here. And this, y equals 6. This one doesn't have an x. How many x's are in this equation? 0. This one is y equals 0x plus 6. So no matter what value I put in for x is 10. 0 times 10 is 0. This always disappears, and y always equals positive 6. No matter what value I put in for x, positive or negative, 0 times any number is 0. So that is this one. This, y equals 1 over 6x, and that's it. This would look like y equals 1 over 6x plus 0. We don't even write the plus 0. The same way over here, we didn't write the 0x. This one is already in that form. Y equals negative 1 or negative x plus 6. And this one is not in form yet because this x is on the same side of the equation with the y. I need to get it on the other side, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And I get y equals negative 2x plus 6 because those zeroed out. Negative 2x and 6. And again, they're all now in the form. There's my slope. There's my y-intercept, or my y-axis. So when x is 0, y is b. When x is 0 on this, y is 6. When x is 0, y is 6. When x is 0, y is 6. On this one, when x is 0, y is also 0. So this one is going to go through the origin. So take these, see if you can match up these equations to either their appropriate table or graph. I'm going to leave more of this assignment with you because, again, there's nothing new being introduced. This is just putting to use what you've already done. And so in a day or two, I'll post the answers to check your work for pages 169 to 173. If you have any questions, give me a call or text or an email. But please try first and see what you come up with. And then if it still doesn't make sense, I'll help you out. We'll go through it together. Good luck.